and such a good success rate like ECSTATIC do. They've really adopted that, less so for Movistar, but they've, you know, played a couple of good games on it. So here we go, Nuke going to be the first map here.
Getting into the first map of the series then. Movistar Riders and ECSTATIC. Sure, Monsieur Zippel will be asleep, getting his beauty sleep before his wedding in the coming week. Let's see how his boys can do. They'll start on the T side of Nuke. Plenty of grenades and a number of players. Dropped by Salazar, and Manx going straight into the A-bomb side. sausoL tries to open the proceedings, but his face will be opened by force. 2 CTs lost then. Movistar Riders up high on the A-bomb side in the rafters. Spreading now, but look at the patience of these Glock frags. Running out of bullets. Salazar will finish off the job. ECSTATIC start well.
10-second round there. Already kicking things off on the T side is ECSTATIC, and that's what they've been doing every single game that I've seen from them. Every single game we've casted, they have absolutely swarmed things on the T side. They love that flood play on the CT pistols, and they've had a lot of great success in the pistols. This is what has really allowed them to continue to roll through with the momentum in a lot of these games. Shown a lot of depth on their T sides, and you need the economy to be strong in order to run through the playbook as the game goes longer. Wall of smoke's disrupted on outside, but another one underarmed by Nodios as he crosses into secret. The rest of ECSTATIC grouped up in lobby.
David G's got some problems coming his way. Non-friendly Manx forces him from his position. Oh, that's a nice flick from Martinez. And sausoL is making things very doable for Movistar Riders. No one trading that kill. And now they can try to swarm. Manx has got to try and survive, but more possible trade frag. Nodios then in the 1 versus 2. Double doors will be opened. He needs to find that kill quickly. Mopos understands that as well. Disconnects, leaves him alone on the bomb site. Where is Martinez then is the question that Nodios needs to find out. He has a minute to try and find some kills there. The double peek is in. Molotov to create some space and could go for a bomb plant here. Indeed he will. That is half the job done. Notes for the time being that Martinez isn't on the other side of those double doors. So awkward then with the scout. This would be the angle that Martinez would be looking for. Nodios might give it to him. It's going to be awkward with that. Max 10 gave him all the angles he was looking for. Martinez will take it.
2 HP. It's frustrating for Nodios. Can't quite put the pieces together, but with only 1 player surviving, that's not a whole lot for the CT economy to grip onto. Bomb plant for ECSTATIC as well. I doubt they're going to let this one go by the wayside.
Horrible range for a Max 10. Horrible. Great flick from Martinez. sausoL on this B bomb site. Dodging the trade fragger, and there'll be early problems for ECSTATIC on Nuke. See what they choose to do with that bomb plant. Nothing done just yet.
A little bit of a lull for a second here. We sort out a tech issue or two. Still only early days here. Movistar Riders not even expected to be present at this tournament. All thought it was going to be the Mongols, who had a bit of a hectic schedule following the RMR, so we replaced them with another rock-solid European team, and I don't think it's to anyone's surprise to find them in this semi-final.
Waiting for everybody to be ready to resume this one. Movistar Riders put ECSTATIC's economy in the bin. Obviously, the bomb plant helps. Still decisions to be made in this 3rd round then.
Bit of a weird one. You can sometimes look towards the next round to buy up, but with only 1 player surviving for the CT side, the temptation to force buy is mouth-watering. And reset that economy early on, just break the momentum before it even gets rolling, and that's exactly what ECSTATIC want to do. And ECSTATIC can be force buying all tournament long. When the going gets tough, these lads just choose to even up the cash by spending it all. Couple pistols, couple Mac 10s, and that hero AK on Nodios. Let's see what they can put together here.
Really hard to see through those flames. Martinez gets nothing just yet. Such an early AWP though. The guaranteed one click from that position. Someone standing on your head. Creative way to play with the AWP. Now things get awkward as his teammates are lost on the A bomb site. Very awkward for Movistar Riders. ECSTATIC a dab hand in these force buys. Haven't lost a player yet, barely taken any damage. I don't think Movistar Riders can really go for this one, especially with Martinez down the vent with an AWP.
Yeah, hold on to that AWP and look to contest later on. Martinez even has the deagle. He could drop over to someone next round potentially because the loss zone is just really not going to be there this early on for the CT side. So Movistar Riders going to play the long game, opt to be sensible, but Nodios maybe looking for Martinez down in secret here.
Great response to the early adversity. Ooh, quick scope from Martinez. An important weapon to keep. Maybe this round he won't be playing in the vents with his knife out. It will be more important now. It's
an important weapon to take away as well. That was the only AK that the T side actually had access to. So ECSTATIC, it's a weird situation when on the T side you have an MP9, a FAMAS and a MAC-10 as your main primary weapons, at least to kick off the round. We'll see if we're going to hold on to them. Very weird start to this game. And we get a tactical timeout early on. ECSTATIC looking to discuss their options and what they want to do with a buy like this. That's an excellent uppers execute to win them that round. Bided their time, just left Nodios on the lurk on outside, and then the uppers players taking contact. He was able to find that pick on outside, and they find themselves with a very, very early 5-on-3 advantage. The round went extremely smoothly. Let's see if they can keep that up here as Movistar buying up a couple of MP9s. Utility very limited and only one kit, so if Mopos dies out of position, that could really complicate things. But mainly we're keeping our eyes on Martinez to try to use that AWP advantage.
Getting even closer. Great start, Martinez. But that was an AWP they really needed to hold on to. He may have wanted to hold on to that bomb. Manx will collect that. Be very happy indeed. Also showing presence by the vents. That's a big weapon lost by Movistar Riders. Big gamble taken.
CT utility keeping the T's at arm's length right now as Salazar gets handed the AWP. He is the primary AWPer after all. Guns juggled at the backside of lobby as ECSTATIC look for outside control and Movistar Riders aggress into Squeaky.
That's quite a pick from Mopos. They have all of the inside. What of ECSTATIC then with the 3 remaining. sausoL's moving into position. He's got Alex in tow as well. Double MP9 play as they come through and start lining up. So awkward for ECSTATIC. It's collapsing again. Nobody for Nodios to find. Daring going down the vent. He's got a chance to get some 1v1s. He heard the decon door. Now he's in a 1v2. 30 seconds on the clock here. So most of the time it's going to be burned securing the bomb. How much time will he have to secure the bomb site afterwards? Maybe not expecting that peek from Alex. He's got himself a 1v1. Got to focus on this, but he will be denied. Forcing back and forth we go. 2-3 then. 2-2, excuse me.
This is the messy Counter-Strike that we love. 2 players with only $1,500 in the bank account for ECSTATIC, but a couple of them can buy AKs and armor. Martinez trying to put the team on his back. Arguably, he'd already done well enough finding that pick into lobby, diving deep in towards Squeaky. Maybe ill-advised. That's easy from the armchair analyst POV perspective. This round already getting kick-started here though, Bardolph.
Look at this angle from Nodios. Catches the reload. Could find another as well. He knows Mopos is low. Swinging, making space for his team to trade. In comes Queenix. sausoL has got an AK. Still a man advantage. Make it 2 for Movistar Riders as Manx is the last one to fall. And Movistar are in the lead. They survived the test of the force buy from ECSTATIC and send them to Eco Town.
Yeah. Movistar winning the force buy Fiesta. finally managing to stabilize with 3 guns up, rifles across the board. They break ECSTATIC's economy and will start to run away with this game a little bit on the CT side. ECSTATIC now going to be put to the test. This is their map pick. They have a lot of reps on it in the last 3 months, so they're going to well and truly be able to stand that test, I would imagine, with the playbook they built up on this T side.
Oh, that's big damage. Love to see it. Big red bars. Not much danger here. Got a Desert Eagle on Max, and that's gone now. P shooters on the rest of them. But Nodios collected as a Desert Eagle. Always good to try and invite the CTs to peek in those very narrow channels. Ooh, nice bunny hopping. Trying to make something from nothing. Chicken salad out of chicken. Hoop.
4 alive. Going to be fantastic for Movistar. This is the start to Nuke that they wanted, despite a little shakiness initially. Util's a little limited for ECSTATIC, a little more than they would perhaps like, but still enough to get the job done. They did a very good job this whole tournament on multiple maps of their T side, changing up the pace, going from fast to very slow, drawn-out rounds, quick smokes, progression to the front of Squeaky as well as across outside. And Nodios already setting the pace into Secret rather. This is heard by Alex. And the rest of ECSTATIC going to join up with him. He's previously been alone, so the CTs may not anticipate other players in Secret with him, especially with the spacing like this.
Strong angle from Davy. In control, of control. Manx opening the door to get domed by Mopoz. Thought he had a window. He didn't.
Rotations from Movistar are phenomenal. Crown trying to turn this around from top of Annex.
Desperately trying to make his way over. Awkward peek for Crown. The CTs are hiding. Even trying to find Alex here is just going to kill some time here. They've got better and better angles now as he does get dropped. 45 seconds remain. Davy G looking for more. So close to the bomb carrier. Salazar, he knows the bomb's in hell. Good time for them to make their way towards B then for ECSTATIC, but Mopoz will make things dangerous with the AK-47. Util to create some space now to try and delay these players as they walk to their doom.
Wow.
Mopoz with a flurry. 4 kills for him in the round. 5 rounds for Movistar Riders.
His initial rotation off the back of the information given by the outside player was perfectly timed. He finds the opening pick onto the players over near the lower side of doors, and then a massive multi-frag to shut that round down. And these last couple of CT rounds have been exactly that, a shutdown. No frags found back from ECSTATIC once we head towards the sites. It's more so when things get scrappy in the early to mid round where they're finding a little bit more success. Another tack timeout for ECSTATIC. And their timeouts have generally been good. I've actually really enjoyed watching them this tournament. When they take a tack timeout, I'm kind of thinking in my head, how would I like to see them respond? How would I like to see them adapt given what the other team is showcasing? And they often do make good reads. But this is going to be a difficult situation to work their way out of given the start that Movistar has had. So on the half pie, they'll see what damage that they can get done, if they can even swindle themselves around. But outside of that, we're probably waiting to see what happens in round number 9.
Both teams are definitely capable of winning this series, but I feel like Movistar are also capable of a potential 2-0 here. The picked up AWP will certainly help though, but Manx creeping forward. It's going to give Davy G 2, in fact, as Crown drops as well. 2v3 with an AWP. This is dangerous for Movistar. This might be the kind of funky round ECSTATIC we're looking for.
2-man setup in lower from Movistar. It's only Alex on the uppers site right now, and I think he's more so exploring outside. He's actually sitting on windows on a massive off angle. Mopoz now starting to creep up the vent into Squeaky. That's
a big headshot. Ooh, lovely deagle. 40 seconds remain with the AWP. Seems to have an idea as to where he thinks these CTs are. Straight into the bomb site with the bomb. Clearing the angle. Scope has to have been heard. Who makes the presence first then? Catches sausoL looking up top. Alex in the smoke. Oh, he's tagged him. A great effort. A careful drop from Alex. And they will survive the danger of that lost AWP.
The leg shot from Queenix is a bit heartbreaking. That could have been such a massive individual play, but still, that has impact. On the comeback train is ECSTATIC on this T side, and every gun they can take away from Movistar Riders in a pistol round such as this is important. That could have been a huge 4K from Queenix. He also trades that kill on Megaton. He's been a bit up and down this tournament, but on Nuke in the opening game, he was one of the keys for ECSTATIC to make this really competitive game of Nuke versus Complexity happen. Couldn't quite get it across the line, but this time they got to make good on that.
Martinez again finding players in that squeaky position. This time Moppos is the one who sends it in. Very strong start to round 9. 5-on-2. Nothing ECSTATIC can do about that. Movistar have done all they need to do. They can turn the aggression off now. Just play whatever angles they like.
They've been so great at mixing in this aggression, disrupting ECSTATIC, but also their rotation play has been excellent. Very rarely caught out of position except on the outside yard. Moppos again is just rock solid. He is dominating the server right now. They can never catch him unawares.
14-6 for Moppos. Some people had Movistar as the favorite over Bad News Eagles. Perhaps Moppos is showing us why. Great start to the CT side of Nuke. Couldn't really ask for more here, but I love the aggression that we're seeing as well. Martinez with the rifle support from Moppos. A very active Moppos across the map. AK's out again. There will be some Galils as well to allow the grenades to come through. Martinez is in a different position now. WG's been lost early though, and that's going to compromise some of these positions for Movistar Riders.
How do ECSTATIC resolve this 4-on-5 then? Mostly grouped up in towards lobby now, starting to make some inroads on outside. Manx hops onto the top of Annex. Moppos though, traded, but still having impact.
Very active in these rounds is Moppos, but he's done for now. Trying to avoid the flashes as these T's make their way through. Queenix and Salazar, I've got something to say about this round. Martinez has got 9K in a bank. Close to CT for now. If he's offered something, maybe he goes for it. If he's not, very expensive, a full buy of an AWP. That money can disappear very quickly indeed. So ECSTATIC will get a third round on the board. Still plenty of opportunity for ECSTATIC, despite how difficult it's been. That's always the grind of Nuke on the T side. Trying to survive, keep the CT money honest until you can break them.
Quite a game for Crown, at least the start to it, but sometimes that's how the T side rolls, especially when you're playing within the system. He was huge on the CT side of Nuke against Complexity, along with Queenix, who's already looking like he's in some good form. Plenty more time to warm up into this one.
Lovely lineup from Queenix. Knows his angles. Putting in more work elsewhere. Let's see what the CT money looks like once their buyers come through.
Interesting. Time for a timeout for Movistar. They're still well and truly ahead, only dropping 1 gun round. I don't know how many teams would actually take a tactical in this situation. You know, it's not like they're threatened by economic reset. Even if they did drop this round, they'd still have some extra cash in the back pocket. So just a chance for maybe the coach to take attack, give a bit of information. Maybe he has a particular read on what ECSTATIC might want to do in this situation and just wants to get in the ear of the in-game leader nice and early on.
Early smokes to the outside from ECSTATIC. Got 4 rounds to claw back. More impact to have on that CT econ. going to be a full send into the A bomb site then. Trying to draw the attention outside, and they have done that successfully. But Mopos with the multi-frag, dropping the bomb on A as well. Movistar with reinforcements around that main position. Only 2 remaining for ECSTATIC. This one hasn't quite gone their way then. Early wall of smokes outside, trying to draw Movistar out of position, but Mopos dropping 2, committing the bomb to the A bomb site, has crushed this round for ECSTATIC.
Dominating the server right now, destroying the T side before they can get out of those choke points and scale onto the site. Bit of an anti-timing from Martinez here as Salazar is given control of ramp room. Movistar quite happy in this 5-on-2 to sit all the way back. Minimal risks being taken. The off angle from Davi looks good for it.
Very nice angle. A wide swing from Salazar could prove fruitful though. There's an opening. And there's a closing. That bomb is in A. Up the ladder he goes, finds himself another 1v1. Can he keep it up though? 42 HP. There's the third one from Salazar, baiting the orb shot, moving into the site. Where is that second player? Where's that trade fragger? Where is Mopos is the question. Won't matter as Martinez holds the angle. Getting scary, but again, there's big damage done to that CT economy. They're keeping it honest. They're keeping it close to breaking point.
Yeah, good damage. 3.6 for Queenix is the poorest player on ECSTATIC, and so they'll have plenty of cash to buy. Slowly chipping away at that CT economy, but still it's far from breaking. They'll need 2 or 3 gun rounds in a row to really put any pressure on Movistar Riders. And they're going to take another tack timeout. 3 of their tacks used already on this T side. It is struggling at the moment. Usually it's been one of their strong points so far this tournament. So on their own map pick, already getting shut down. This might be alarm bells for the ECSTATIC boys.
Might be trying to work out where exactly the CT money is. Again, it's a long grind to break a CT side on Nuke, but when you do, that's where you start building your rounds. Haven't quite got there just yet. ECSTATIC, Mopos and Co continue to deliver. 5-round lead then. So far, a sublime CT side from Movistar Riders. They will look to keep it that way. Indeed, ECSTATIC will furnish themselves with the rifles and the util. Need a little more success again, sending it into the A bomb site, or threatening to at the very least. Not seeing much response. Have to be suspicious about what Movistar might be up to, but they are making their way into the site. Molly heading towards heaven, almost uncontested. Retake will be very interesting. You can see Salazar in the anti-eco position. Movistar waiting to drop that smoke to give them one ways from heaven.
Ooh.
Very good from Salazar. Davi starting to creep. You can see him holding down multiple jobs there. Switching for the weapon, putting the smoke into main to support his teammates. Now, Movistar have decisions to make with the money they have. How much do they want to throw into this one? If they lose everything, it's Eco Town, which is what ECSTATIC have been looking for. Movistar know that as well, so they will be falling back for a save.
It's interesting. Very responsible decision with the CT economy, quite honestly. In the position that it's in, you got 6.5 on Martinez, 5.8. They don't have a whole lot of loss bonus, and it would be difficult to recover from throwing all the way those guns. It's more so, I feel like they're playing the long game, trying to min-max the amount of buy rounds they can have in this half. And I don't mind that approach, but at the same time, that means that you're not taking guns away from ECSTATIC. You're allowing them to also stabilize your economy. But with the way Movistar is playing, them gun rounds versus gun rounds, they'll be happy to take that.
Few more rounds to fight for here on the first half of Nuke. Very active ECSTATIC this time. Let's not forget, they had the early smokes up previously and sent it into the A bomb site. This time it's a similar setup, but a different look. And Movistar seem to be making the right rotation. Brown's making a great rotation as well. Dodges the trade frag. Just coming in like he's one of the other guys. But can ECSTATIC capitalize on this? 4-on-3. Oh, Martinez misses a swing. Not enough of a connection there. But Alex has got something to say about this one. 17 HP for Nodios. What a start to this round. It would be a shame for them not to win it. Movistar. These both of them. 1 minute on a clock, and it'll be the M4A4 rather than the HE. It's quite an interesting flank, but still no round.
Quick rotations from Movistar has been a big success factor for them, and Crown trying to play around that, trying to catch them in transition. You could tell that, you know, ECSTATIC is aware of that. They're seeing these CTs in position in lower as a response to the outside wall of smoke. But it's not all the time that Movistar are going for that. We've seen rounds where ECSTATIC are throwing the outside wall of smoke and then they go for the opposite and Movistar are in position. That round they choose to rotate down to lowers. It's a bit of a scissors, paper, rock situation. And they just happen to be choosing correctly more often than not. ECSTATIC now taking their last tactical timeout in the first half only. Shows you the importance that they place on this T side of Nuke.
6 rounds would be pretty fair for ECSTATIC, and they are well equipped to try and achieve that goal. Oppressive on the T side of Nuke, it can often be. Salazar posted up, but he can't see. Martinez so ready for these angles. And he keeps going once again, as he did when they needed that AWP. So much success in these positions. And a quiet game for Crown so far. Great time for him to come alive, though. 3-on-3 now. So Martinez will be forced into pursuit. Edging forward. Crown's in position, but what about Manx and Nodios? A stalemate of sorts on Nuke as they lose a player.
Flank from Secret could be huge from daviG. Got this round down before it gets too out of hand. Nodios all alone in a 1-on-3, knows where Martinez and daviG were.
Very nice. Do you commit to it then? It's a gamble. Spots daviG, but won't land the shots. 10 rounds for Movistar. Fantastic CT side. Great start to Nuke from them.
With no bomb plant, ECSTATIC a little poorer than they would like. Couldn't quite crack that 4K plus. Massive round from Martinez. And time and time again, especially after the first time that he aggressed in towards Squeaky and got shut down 1-for-1 against the SMGs earlier on in this half. He is not perturbed by that. Multiple rounds after he gets shut down, he continues to aggress into lobby like that and has shut ECSTATIC down.
Faster round from ECSTATIC, swinging with the Mag-10, drawing enough attention, winning the duel as well against sausoL. Nodios had so much opportunity there, perhaps jumping inaccuracy betraying him. Maybe it was a crosshair. 4v3 in favor of Movistar as they look for 11.
Ooh. That's a big pick for Salazar as the retake starts here for Movistar, waiting for the flash from Martinez. So tagged, these Movistar players starting to move through. Queenix spotting one with the Galil. Martinez up top now. daviG's dropped down below. Martinez and Mopos remain. Got to go for this. It is the last round of the half. Oh, looking so easy. Oof, that one was close. Mopos in the clutch, but ECSTATIC will get a 5th round at the end of the half. A struggle. Couldn't quite break the CTs, and it's going to be their turn after the break.
Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time, even though I'm with somebody new every night? And I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time, wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody new every night, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way. Is it wrong of me to think of you all the time? Even though I'm with somebody every night, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray that you feel the same way.
T-side Nuke can always be a struggle. On this occasion, it was for ECSTATIC, but maybe they got enough rounds. Can they get a good start on their CT side? That guy asleep? What's he up to? Never mind. Pistol round will be important to start off well with a close score for ECSTATIC, but Movistar Riders might have something to say about that on their T side. Came into this one gliding through Squeaky with the AWP and so on the CT side. 5 rounds are to come. You can see Queenix trying to avoid any early flashes, Wing all the way. Look at the swing from him. He's got his teammate in as well. They coming into this one looking for vengeance after that first half. So far, so good. Alex switching out for the Julies himself. Nodios starting to creep forward. Queenix to drop heads. Martinez and Davi G remain with a flying knife coming, I think. Martinez then 1 versus 3. Talk about an explosive pistol round. Didn't have a chance to throw any of that util. 1v3 is doable though. But these angles are looking nasty. Triangle of doom for ECSTATIC. Well then.
Have you ever seen a team like ECSTATIC play CT side pistol? It's insane, this tournament. They play it like T side.
They've got somewhere to be.
You see the movement from Crown as well. He literally B-hopped straight through Hut and went up the ladder immediately. He wasn't even trying to shoot anyone. He's like, I'm entering lobby.
The master of urgency for him. He saw that knife on the way as well. That was pretty fun to watch. But that's great. It's good confidence as well. Psychological warfare from ECSTATIC at the beginning. But now they need to dodge a very menacing looking force buy here from Movistar Riders, forcing Crown from his angle. Nodios with concerns in the vent, starting to ring bells through the smoke, but it is chaos and Movistar are making it down. Lost one player, still got the bomb, off they go.
Then lower, looking to try to chip down the numbers. The duel on outside doesn't go the way of Alex either. ECSTATIC are all over this.
Great response so far. Well, they'll just about keep 3 players standing. But again, Movistar Riders always dangerous. That'll be good enough.
No bomb plant. We're probably going to have to save either way, but really is going to hamstring how much they can invest in terms of trying to do damage in a round like this, especially if Martinez wants to put an AWP onto the board next round. And Mopos have kind of been the standouts for Movistar, especially on that CT side. Felt like those 2 players won at least 5 or 6 rounds for Movistar.
That is a drill, that MP9. Very important round for ECSTATIC to keep those numbers up, build a bit of cash, put a war of attrition to come.
Psychologically as well, they're trying to work their way back into this game with the aggression. Sometimes, you know, you can feel yourself, you get in with the anti-eco frag, start bullying the other team. You can quickly forget about what happened in the first half.
Two deagles remain. Close, but not quite. Round so low.
That elevation change on that angle. You can see the crosshair placement from sausoL. That's a bit of a weird one. 10-8 now. ECSTATIC closing this scoreline deficit with some great play on the CT side so far. A couple of MP9s mixed in. We'll see where those position themselves. AWP comes out for Movistar as well in this opening gun round. Indicates that they likely want to probably take things a little slower.
Wow, Crown's got somewhere to be. These are so explosive. 3v2 for ECSTATIC. Salazar catching the bomb carrier. There's a minute 34 and there are 4 people alive and it's Nuke. What is happening?
We're in the Southern Hemisphere, Bardolph. We're back to the Asian CS ways. 10-second rounds, rush lobby, 5 seconds into it.
I love it. It's a fast forward from ECSTATIC.
What a great way to utilize the MP9s, though.
Absolutely. All rifles left, including the AK on Salazar. Be a great time for him to rise as well. Everybody fragging for ECSTATIC. Big performance from him could be a difference maker in this series.
The team performance right now, Crown's the lowest on the scoreboard. Not a lot between him and the rest of the boys, but ECSTATIC have definitely started to get warmed up more and more into this tournament. Crossfire across ramp. ECSTATIC want to try to survive with 3 here, and it's a completely different half. The first half, especially with that 8-1 lead, I think it was that Movistar had at one point. I thought they were going to run away with this game, but credit to ECSTATIC. The resilience has been impeccable.
Long save for Alex then. Slowly moving away.
How do you think he came up with his handle?
Can't imagine.
What to do for Movistar in a round following this one with no plant. You can see the loss bonus has built up. 4.3 for Davy G, 3.9 on Mopos. The other boys will probably have to go for Galils, and surely they're going to buy around this AK and full util on Alex. This is double eco either which way. The money on ECSTATIC is impeccable though. Look at that. All the boys in the green right now. Going to take a couple of good gun rounds from Movistar. They're not buying around the AK. That's interesting. Looking to play the long game here. Min-max the loss bonus, do some economic damage before they start trying to crack in with more gun rounds, I guess.
Yeah, they've got to have some impact in these rounds. Always building on the T side of Nuke. Always building for that crescendo where you start to claim your round. Not there quite yet.
All of smoke on Martinez. Let's see the lineups. Can we see the lineups? Yeah, here we go. Missed the first one. That's all right. Got a couple of them at least. Throwing all the smokes for the boys ever since that nade dropping update.
Minute 10 here. Crowd spreading the wealth. 2 full magazines left. There goes one of them and his head. Opening for Movistar Riders though. It's been a very slow round, but there's still a minute on the clock.
Yeah, second wave of smokes here. Initial 3 smokes across outside. Now the smoke onto Annex and windows as the Movistar Riders start to scale through yard. Apply some pressure to ladder base.
That smoke may have gone too deep, I wonder, in that position. Looking for info ECSTATIC, but they are also leaving the bomb site. That might be a problem. Mopos still on the ceiling. 23 seconds Such a nervous round. What info do ECSTATIC even have? Such a dicey scenario for them. Queenix looking for more lurkers. Martinez carrying the bomb with the pistol. Down he goes. sausoL's here to trade though. He's got to focus on his bomb plot. There's only 10 seconds now, but look at the CT starting to charge in. Mopo's trying to cover. A gritty, slow round by Movistar Riders.
That's a masterclass on how to abuse outside control. Crown picked by the singular AK of Alex. Then the progression smokes onto Annex and Windows, the flash over the top, and ECSTATIC in a position where in the 4-on-5, there's just too many avenues to hold, too many angles to worry about. They go and take lobby control, but it just simply does not matter. Movistar, with only a half buy, make that round look easy, and now there's a lot of pressure on the CT economy. This could potentially be a reset round. Shot missed by Salazar. Martinez going to step into that space here.
Completely outmaneuvered. Movistar showing their depth in that round. More work to be done though. Full buy from ECSTATIC. Look at the chaos again on the outside. WG will be dropped, but there's so many smokes up again. ECSTATIC will be somewhat devoid of information. sausoL almost had an angle on one, following Queenix through the wall. Very scary stuff. How do you calm these positions? Got CTs all over the shop. They're all still standing, but it feels so awkward for them. sausoL getting his bell rung, flash blind, looking for help, but they can't find the angles. HGs won't make the connection. sausoL still dangerous.
How?
And there is a kill.
How is he alive? Movistar are in lowers.
Oh!
He's just running distraction right now. This is robbery.
sausoL, what are you doing? ECSTATIC struggling to cope with this. On the roof, waving his hands at the CTs. He had 3 around him. Now they're all dead. How do you recover from a run like that mentally? And the round before?
I don't know, man. He's goated with the sauce, I guess.
Very special stuff we're seeing from Movistar. Extremely uncomfortable viewing for ECSTATIC.
He's about to ace from that position almost. Nodios won't give him the duel to do so, but we may as well give it to him. Unreal what sausoL just got away with.
That was such a bizarre round. Like, honestly.
I like the approach from Movistar, though. The outside control worked a treat for them, putting pressure on the rotations of ECSTATIC with only the half buy. They go into the gun round, they send it off the top of Annex, and they say, let's do it again. ECSTATIC could not rotate appropriately on this CT side. They could not clear out outside, and they were punished for that. And now that's something they're going to have to rectify. And honestly, Movistar Riders here, interestingly enough, are going to take a tactical timeout. And this is where I feel like the tac timeout is actually a double-edged sword. Because as ECSTATIC, I do want a timeout here. I do want to have a chat about how to deal with this outside pressure. I do need to kind of mentally recover from a round like that. So Movistar, look, I think they're going to continue winning ways. They've got great economy. They're in a great position. They probably just need to calm down from a round like that and allow sausoL to kind of come back down to earth, because I dare say his heart rate was like, what, 150 or something through that whole round. But
that round was like having sleep paralysis with cockroaches crawling all over your skin. Think about it. They couldn't move. And they just had rats everywhere.
And that's why that's why we love ESL Challenger Melbourne, right?
They've got a pest problem on the outside. This is the pick of ECSTATIC, let's not forget. You can see it in the top left of your screens.
They've had trouble dealing with these slower rounds, haven't they? The rounds where they've been getting hyper aggressive, they've been getting in the face of Movistar Riders, they found success. But when you end the first half at a 10-5 deficit, there's only so much that those gimmicks will work for you. You're going to have some depth. You're going to have to learn to play these slower rounds against the Movistar Riders, because time and time again, this is what they're showing. The outside wall of smokes not going to be utilized. Instead, it's the deep smoke straight on towards Annex and Windows yet again. Flashes over the top. In goes sausoL.
Nice. sausoL living his best life outside.
Driving in the sun, man. He's chilling.
A second smoke in main. A poverty round for ECSTATIC. Nodios the only exception with the M4. What are you up to? Martinez asks. Ding and a dong, but sausoL can protect. Indeed he will. sausoL has become a giant problem for ECSTATIC as Movistar move to 13, feeling unstoppable on their T side. Coming back on the buy then are ECSTATIC.
How do they adapt? They got to deal with this outside pressure. But this is where Movistar, in round 23, what do they do? Do they say, look, this is working, we're going to keep hammering it home until you can find an answer? Or do they try to stay one step ahead and mix something different in? Seems like with the lobby presence that we're seeing, it's going to be the latter immediately. Door blown open and a lot of pressure. Alex finds the opener already on outside. Picks the AWPer of the CT side. That's a big entry. That's not an easy shot. AK into warehouse.
Brown picking up the scope.
Like Movistar going to slow this one down. Drop smokes in spawn so that they can throw the outside wall of smoke. Maybe link up with Alex, having picked that outside plater. I don't think their plan was to initially actually go towards this part of the map this round. But after an entry like that, they say, why not? Nodios in secret, looking to contest without much support. No supportive flashbang for him unless Manx repositions.
Oh, Alex, very nice work. Bouncing his head off the top of the entrance there. Very smart stuff. 39 seconds on the clock. Davi-G's been dropped. Another long, drawn-out round for Movistar, but they are obviously so good at these. ECSTATIC committing to the bomb sites now, as sausoL is in his favorite place.
Alex peeking into lower as well. Where will this come apart for ECSTATIC?
sausoL heard a footstep down there. He knows someone's down there somewhere. 15 seconds. And surely they focus on the lower entrances. Alex in the vent as they're going to split the bomb site from almost all directions. But can they get the kills? It seems they can. Nodios from the back, though, dropping off, and that will be enough. No time to plant the bomb. But how difficult are these round wins for ECSTATIC?
Impossible. Only one player surviving is going to hamstring their economy. No cash left over here. That's the worst way to win a round as a CT side. And with Movistar, with plenty of bank behind them, they can continue to invest and potentially even break the economy of ECSTATIC, which would just put them on the ropes here on their map pick.
In they go, jumping MP9, but look at the kills. What is happening? Another lightning round to the advantage of Movistar. Salazar still has an angle, though. Let's see if he will be offered something. Big flashbang. Another one avoided by Salazar, who starts to wonder.
The patience from Davi-G there was impeccable. Both flashes and just holds the line. The rest of Movistar just cutting sound. They're literally sitting in lobby, just waiting for Nodios to make a mistake. And he will. It's too much pressure for ECSTATIC. Movistar with a 14th round, and they break ECSTATIC's money.
This is a really sick T-half from Movistar. You see Alex trying to spur on the troops, but this is a joy to watch. Yeah. It's so oppressive, like mentally oppressive what they've been doing.
Hard to play against. Even when you know positionally around where the T side could be, in a pressure game like this, it can really be too mentally taxing to deal with. The force buy from ECSTATIC here with the pistol armor. They're going to try and cut a corner, make a round like this happen. Movistar playing very, very slowly. They're probably even anticipating an anti-eco given the money of the CT side. A lot of teams would play for overtime here, I would say. But ECSTATIC have been a team where they often choose to force buy in these scenarios. Here we go again. Smoke to Annex, mollies into credit card. Smoke to the front side of windows. Movistar flashing their way into warehouse. Pressure now on the rotations and Salazar. A two-man setup in secret. Could link up with Nodios and Annex. If ECSTATIC want to pinch outside, they probably could here. Oh.
More work to be done, though. They leave nothing to chance. Wonderful work, shoulder to shoulder. Oh, man. There is no gap here. No mistakes being made by Movistar riders. Really making this horrific for ECSTATIC. On ECSTATIC's pick of Nuke, Movistar are looking masterful today.
Absolutely. And with how convincing they're looking, a team that wasn't even meant to be participating in this tournament looks like they might be the favorites to take the Pro League spot and first place. It was a shaky game from Bad News Eagles. I'm feeling more convinced by Movistar watching this T-side of Nuke. If
they get that far, I think it'll be a great matchup. And indeed, I think of all the matchups we've had, I think Movistar could be capable of a 2-0.
Be the first one of this tournament. We've been talking about it. A lot of tight games, a lot of drawn-out series.
I do think both these teams could win this series, but if there was to be a 2-0, I think it's only Movistar who are doing that. Was my thoughts at the beginning of this. Got so strong on Nuke. I can't believe this half.
It's a horrible feeling to save a Deagle, an MP9, and a Scout to try to fight for that point. And ECSTATIC, realistically, I feel like, especially with all 4 tacks used on that T side, they probably feel like they just did not do enough, especially with how well the CT side started for them. This game might have been lost in the first half.
Well, it might not be lost at all. They're still in this. They need 5 from 5. Not too late to turn things around. Won't be easy, of course.
You can see the off angle here from Mopoz. He knows the weaponry that ECSTATIC are utilizing in a round like this, anticipating some HUD aggression.
At 1 minute 30, Movistar had thrown 2 pieces of util.
They're not doing the outside wall of smoke at all. They're consistently running this as their default.
Cran will need something here with the FAMAS starting to move. Find himself something. That smoke may give sausoL some extra angles. As again, it starts to get uncomfortable for the CT side. Even in the 5 versus 4, it feels like it's advantage Movi. Not anymore, though. That's an important frag. Again, they're only 5 rounds behind here at ECSTATIC.
Oh.
Now things are turning around. Alex looking for a third. Nodios stuck in the corner for the time being. Starting to jiggle. Hasn't been seen just yet, though. That's pretty important. Martinez posting up. 38 seconds. Do they hold position here? They've got plenty of money. Queenix starting to creep. No need to get too curious, though. Tight angle from Nodios. Martinez won't want to give them an AWP if he can avoid it.
Even going to smoke him off. That's good team play for ECSTATIC. Minimizing the risk. Most of these players dying on outside, though, and as the CT side in this position, you desperately want to recover those guns if you can. You need those AKs. Here you go. Nodios has done a bit of scavenging. I don't think Max will be able to replace that MP9, but it's better than nothing. ECSTATIC passed the first test.
Backs to the wall, needled around. Looking very unlikely, but not impossible. Got some pretty reasonable tools on this occasion.
A much better buy for the CT side than they had access to previously. They're not going to have an AWP out. And that's where Movistar may have a little bit of an edge, depending on the spawn. Bit of a pick through hut onto Rafter, pick through Squeaky, boost up maybe on outside to try to find that warehouse player. Or even a ramp room. So many options on the T side for the pick in the first 10 seconds. You can slowly start to see ECSTATIC adjusting to try and deal with this outside pressure from Movistar. But surely a team like this has plenty more depth. They're just continuing to go towards this as their set play because it's working an absolute treat.
few more tests then for ECSTATIC. Movistar slow the pace once again. Martinez posted up outside on T-Red. Will they cross the secret? Gotta wait for that molly to go. Teammate dropping off main, and there is Crown punctured. Opening frag. Sound cues for Nodios. There's plenty of people outside. Manx walks to his doom, and Salazar's not close enough to even attempt a trade frag.
Oh, a leg onto Nodios as well. This is a masterclass from Movistar Riders.
Great tight angle from Nodios, though. Keeps his team in the fight. But again, the time is just so in Movistar's favor. And ECSTATIC walk the plank. This Nodios to drop into the ocean now with 18 HP.
Got to go for this one. Alex, knowing the last known position of the CT, going to go for an open plant on lowers. An almost untenable situation for Nodios.
There it is. Jiggling to his doom. Movistar Riders with a masterclass on the T side. They were unbroken on CT, but the T side was beautiful. They take the pick of ECSTATIC and go 1-0 in the best of 3 to see who finds a place in the final.